Thank you so much for stopping in. This is the energy report beginning approximately July 26th of 2024. And in my estimation, this energy, because of the way it's coming in, it's going to be affecting us for the rest of the year, about 6 more months or so. I don't know for sure. But, like they've said, it's stacking and cascading, and one thing builds on the other. Some things drop off, some things add. So just keep that in mind when you're listening to this transmission. This is the transmission I have for you today. I also want to remind you that I am a conscious trance channeler through automatic writing. I channel this information, I write it down, and then I read the transmission to you in these videos. This is the transmission for you today, this weekend. There are many, many moving parts and many agendas swirling. Continuing the stacking, continuing the cascading, continuing placing the newly revealed pieces onto your visual puzzle. There has been a slight pause in the intense energy extremes, allowing you to focus for a moment on the puzzle you are adding to. This brings more clarity. Take the breather. Take the pause. You will find when you let things unfold, you flow easier. Sometimes when you try harder, things can get worse instead of better. This is a time such as that. Therefore, take the pause. Clarity results. Even if you feel unsure or uncertain, you learn. You learn along the way as the cycle repeats and repeats. In each repeating cycle, you each individually have a chance to learn some new information, some new learnings through the repeating cycle. This gives you many opportunities to realize and learn through the acceptance that you may not really or don't have answers, but you understand you are gradually coming to the answers and understanding. You learn through the acceptance that you may not really or don't have all the answers, but you understand you are gradually coming to answers and understanding. The lesson: it is okay to be unsure. You have been practicing control of reactionary emotion. Reactionary emotion behavior. When that energy retreats, when the reactionary emotional behavior retreats, you come into a position to express yourself, your feelings, your thoughts, without the fear that you may risk your relationships of all types. This release, the release to freely express yourself, opens up another impulsive time, causing significant dismantling of much structure and stability of your foundation. However, through the practicing that you have been rotating through, repeating through, you can find the strength and courage to make serious and great corrections through constructive initiation versus destructive attitudes. A balance. It is a balance. The lesson: self-restraint and self-discipline can lead to constructive growth. Adjusting from destructive dominance to constructive harmony. You are in a learning phase. You are currently in a phase of your calendar time from introspection to expression and learning the healings necessary to begin to advance and the resonance necessary to level up. Now, go boldly, go gracefully. That's where it ended. That's where it ends. So first, my first thought is they said the lesson 2 times. They told us what the lesson is 2 times in this one. Huh, that's pretty cool. So obviously the continuing stacking and cascading and things keep adding on top of each other and adding on top of each other are happening. And some of the things will, I think in the beginning I said, will drop off. Some of the things are going to drop off that they've been telling us about over the time. And then they just keep adding to it and adding to it. But right now, the primary thing on the top of my head is we are cycling through this practice. We are getting multiple chances to practice getting away from what they called reactionary emotion behavior. So that is in the dominance era. That is what we've been doing. We have just been taught to be reactionary in our emotions. Now, we don't need to always control our emotions. We need to be free to emote as we choose. What they're saying is the creation of building us all up into a reactionary emotional reaction has become behavioral. And we are in a practice period of time right now of practicing that, not reacting as quickly as we have. And actually, now that I said that, I have to say, it's really true. It's really true. I don't react like I did a year ago, for sure, 2 years ago. I don't react the same. I mean, I don't emotionally react instantly. Well, I don't know that I ever really reacted emotionally instantly, but we are definitely in a practice mode. And and it's repeating and repeating. So that is really cool. The other thing that I see here is so they're saying that we're beginning to feel like we can, because we practice this emotional reactions behavior, we are starting to feel like we can say things out loud to another person, to our colleagues, to our friends, without risking the relationship, because we're doing it in a way that it's not reactionary emotion. That's the difference. It's not in a reactionary emotion, but and so it's not going to risk our relationships. That's how we're feeling. But then they also said it's an impulsive time, which can cause significant dismantling of structure and stability. Now, I see that as more of the outside world, because we'll be able to view that, like on the mainstream media, on the political front, in the corporate hierarchies. I think we're going to start seeing that. It's not our own personal lives that I think this is talking to. It's going to our honesty with each other. This is what I'm receiving right now. Our honesty with each other is what will cause the hierarchy to significantly dismantle. That is really interesting. It's me talking now. That's the transmission I just received. That is what we will see. We're not going to see it in our own lives, the dismantling of the structure and stability of the foundation, not ours, our personal. We are going to see that in the like the crumbling, the structures. What's the word? I'm sorry, I'm missing the word that's trying to come in. The establishment structure. That's where That's what this, I think, pertains to. So we have personally practiced it, but the global elites haven't ever thought they had to practice it, nor do they care to. That's where the significant dismantling of much structure and stability is going to happen. Oh, boy. So we're still going to be in an unstable time globally, not personally. We're not going to personally be in that instability. Well, some of it, but we've been practicing to not be unstable, to be understanding ourselves and how we respond. So we've been practicing that. But the other things that we talk about haven't. They are the ones that are going to be. This is what it's going to be. It's going to affect them a whole lot more than it affects you and me, because we've been living it all this time, and they have been controlling it all this time, and that's ending, and they're not liking that. They're probably not going to like that too much. All right, so, and then they gave the second lesson. Did I say what the first lesson was? The first lesson: it's okay to be unsure. That's awesome. And the second lesson, 2 lessons, defined in this transmission. The second lesson is self-restraint and self-discipline can lead to constructive growth, adjusting from destructive dominance to constructive harmony. That's just pretty awesome. And then you are in a learning phase. I think that's it. That's the only things that are coming to my head right now. So let's see how things work out. Lots, like they started out saying, there's many, many moving parts, and there are many agendas swirling, is what they say. Swirling. Isn't that the truth? Whew. Okay, so thank you so much for stopping in. Please have a great weekend and stay tuned, because there is a lot more to come.